Dear students, let's continue Chapter 1, Life's Mysteries of Little Chambers. Today we shall discuss about the structure of nucleus, then we shall differentiate between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and then we shall discuss about plastids in plants, and finally we shall compare both plant cell and animal cell. So first we shall discuss about the structure of nucleus. Children, we already know that cell is the structural and functional unit of our body. Various life activities are taking place inside this cell. Then who helps to carry out all these life activities? Certain proteins. So certain proteins are produced inside the cell. This is nucleus, but certain proteins are produced inside the cell. And these proteins helps in regulating all the life activities that takes place in cell. Then who helps in the synthesis of these proteins? You can see inside the nucleus there is a thread-like structure. Here you can see there are thread-like structures, and on this thread-like structures you can see certain bead-like structures. So those beads are called genes. This thread-like structure is called chromatin reticulum, and the bead-like structure on this thread is known as genes. So this genes regulates the production of protein inside the cell. So this is the reason why the nucleus is known as the regulatory center of cell. So I'll tell you one easy example. You just consider an institution. You can imagine as a school as an institution. Then there is an office in the school. So we know that all the activities that takes place in that complete institution is under the control of the people in office. We know that the principal controls all the activities that takes place in school. So just like that, all the activities that takes place in a cell is under the control of nucleus or the genes inside the nucleus. So this is the reason why nucleus is known as the regulatory center of a cell. Now let us learn about the structure of nucleus. So this is the entire structure of nucleus. Now let us see which are the different parts of nucleus. So the first part is nuclear membrane. So here you can see the double layered outer covering of nucleus is termed as nuclear membrane. Then the second part is nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is the fluid filled inside the nucleus. We already know that the fluid filled inside the cell is called cytoplasm, and the fluid filled inside the nucleus is known as nucleoplasm. Then the next part is nucleolus. So here you can see some spherical shaped structures called nucleolus that helps in the synthesis of ribosome. So this is the function of nucleolus, that is the synthesis of ribosome. Then the next part is nucleopore. So here you can see certain pores are present on the nuclear membrane. Then what is the function of this nucleopore? This nucleopore helps in the conduction of materials to and from the nucleus. Then the next part is chromatin reticulum. So chromatin reticulum are the network-like structures. Here you can see chromatin reticulum is seen as network. So the gene is present on this chromatin reticulum, or gene is present on this thread-like structures. Now look at this picture which was given in your textbook. Here you can see the doubt of a boy. He is thinking that why the taste and color of fruits are changing when it ripens. Do you have the same doubt? What may be the reason? We already know that. For example, if we are taking mango, we know that initially its color is green and later it changes into yellowish color. And while taking about taste, we know that initially its taste is sour and later it changes into sweet in taste. What is the reason for all these changes? The reason is that there are certain organelles present in the plant cell. Its name is plastids. So Plastids are certain organelles that present in the plant cell. Plastids are of three types: chromoplast, chloroplast and leucoplast. So we are already familiar with chloroplast. So this chloroplast helps in the process of photosynthesis. We already know about that. Then what about chromoplast? Chromoplast consists of certain pigments. Pigments include xanthophyll, anthocyanin, carotene, etc. So we already studied in lower classes about all these pigments. So we know that xanthophyll gives yellowish color, then carotene gives yellowish orange color, then anthocyanin gives red or purple color. We already know all these things. So the chromoplast consists of certain pigments which impart color to fruits, leaves and flowers. Then about leucoplast. This leucoplast have no specific color. Now let us find out what is the reason for the change in color and taste when the fruits ripen. So when fruits ripen, the chloroplast convert into chromoplast. When the fruit ripens, the chloroplast converts into chromoplast. This is the reason for the change in color when fruits ripens. Then what is the reason for the change in taste? We know that we take an example about mango. It is initially sour in taste and later it changes into sweet taste. What is the reason for the change in taste? The reason is that initially starch is present inside these fruits, but when the fruits ripens, the starch converts into sugar. So this is the reason for the difference or the change in taste when the fruits ripens. So finally, let us compare animal cell and plant cell. Now look at this diagram. Here you can see these are the cell organelles that are present in both plant cell and animal cell. And here you can see the cell organelles that are only present in animal cell. And here you can see the cell organelles that are only present in plant cell. Now let us see which are the cell organelles that are present commonly in both animal cell and plant cell. So nucleus, you can see nucleus in both animal cell and plant cell. Then cell membrane, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondrion, cytoplasm. So all these cell organelles are seen in both animal cell and plant cell. Now let us see the cell organelles that are only present in animal cell. So which are they? Centrosome and lysosome. So what is centrosome? Centrosome consists of centrioles. So this centrioles helps in the division of cell. We know that cell division takes place in both animal body and plant body. So this centrioles present inside the centrosome helps in cell division. Then lysosome. Lysosome consists of digestive enzymes. So this digestive enzymes helps to destroy the foreign materials that enter into cell. So this both centrosome and lysosome is only present in animal cell. And here you can see the parts that are only present in plant cell. Which are they? Cell wall and chloroplast. So this cell wall is the hardest outer covering of plant cell, and then the chloroplast is the cell organelle that helps in photosynthesis in plants. So children, after studying the entire chapter, the most important point that you have to keep in your mind is that we understood all the organisms are having a similarity in the basic unit, that is cell. In the micro level, all organisms are showing similarity, even though in external structure the animals are different. We human beings are different from elephant, ant, dog, cow. All these are physiologically or externally they are looking different. But the internal or the basic unit of life, that is cell, the cell is showing similarity. The cell organelles and the functions of cell organelles are same in all organisms. So from this we understood that there is a relationship between all the organisms in the earth.